guys, Submoto here. So I've been kind of quiet the last week or so, and I just wanted to give you kind of an update as to what I was doing and the reasoning behind that. Now, first of all, it's been awesome, but it's been really busy, and the reason for that is because I am on the verge of changing my life up completely. Second of all, I want to talk about the status of my build, of my SR500 build, and what's up with her. So, yes, I'm fixing to make some extremely big changes in my life. As you know, or as you probably know, hopefully know, I am the lead singer in a band called Substereo, hence the channel name Submoto. Substereo is a project that it's been around since 2010, and I used to be in the Army. I was an officer, had a long career in the Army as a cavalry officer. I've been to Iraq and Africa and the whole thing. But at one point in my life, I just decided that it wasn't worth living on compromise. I needed to follow, and it sounds kind of cheesy, but follow my dream. And it wasn't not even a dream, because it was just part of who I was. I've always been a musician. I've always played music. I've started playing when I was 5-6 years old, as far as I can remember. Been writing songs all my life. Even when I was in the Army, I was still writing songs, still sending stuff to record companies and this and that. The problem is that Army lifestyle is just that. It's a lifestyle. It's not just a job. So I decided back in the day that I would put down my rifle and pick up a guitar. And I did. Now the problem is that obviously living life as a musician is not something that usually pays the rent, not right off the bat anyway. So I had to get a job on the side, and I did. And the cool thing about that was that it no longer was a lifestyle, it was more like a job, right? So I could go there during the day, and then during the evenings we could practice, and we've been playing gigs and touring, that kind of stuff, and recording. We put out an album recently, and we're in the middle of our second album now, which has also been something that's been taking up a lot of my time, and it's been awesome. Problem is that the more, I'll put it this way, comfort, or the comfort zone, is the most dangerous monster you will ever encounter in your life. I've done it before, and I'm in the middle of it again. That just eats you away eats away at your ambition, at your will to better yourself. And it may not be this way for everyone, but for me personally, it's been a matter of wanting to live off of playing music, of having this dream. And it's not an impossible dream. I'm not talking about getting famous and this and that. I'm talking about being able to pay the rent. And I know tons of people that do it. The people that say, well, it's difficult to start a career as a musician and this. Yeah, it is, but it's not impossible. And I'm not talking about hitting the charts, but for me, it's mostly about doing what I love to do and being able to pay the rent. All right. So here's the deal. I decided recently that I've had enough. I've had enough of the mediocre day job life, and I need a challenge. I need a kick in the butt. I need more music in my life. So I've decided to go to school, to apply to different schools out there, music schools, conservatories and stuff like that. There's some in Copenhagen, or there's one in Copenhagen, and then there's one in Jutland, and there's a school in Berlin, and I mean there are tons of different options out there, and it's really difficult to get in, but it'll be worth it for me to try.
No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
So I've been spending my time trying to get my butt together to write all these applications. They've got like deadlines just around the corner, and that's what I want to do. I want to be able to wake up in the morning and say, I'm a musician. That's what I do. That's who I am. And yeah, it may be tough, and I may have a hard time paying the bills, but I'd rather have a hard time paying the bills and do what I love than be comfortable and hate what I do. And if you live that life, it's just not worth it. So that's my big change. And that means that I've been saving up money and trying to live life differently, and live life as I feel I was supposed to live it somehow. So that's my big change. It's coming up here probably. Well, let's see how it goes with the applications, but I'm fighting for it. So I'm gonna give it all a chance and see what happens. So the second thing I want to talk about was my SR500, the status of what's going on with that. And I got the originally I got this SR250, which I'm riding now, my tracker, which I absolutely love and fell in love with. This bike has never given me any trouble whatsoever. Mrs. Submoto bought the bike for me recently. I'm just riding it just to keep it warm. So it's still in the family. But I got the SR500 because I fell in love with the simplicity and the awesomeness of this SR250. And so I figured, if I get an SR500, it'll be a bigger engine, but it'll be the same principle and the same type of bike and everything, and that would probably mean I'd have a pretty reliable bike. Well, I got the bike, and as you know, I have plans on turning it into a cafe racer or a tracker, but at this point I'm thinking of cafe racer. But before I could do any stuff on it, I needed to fix some mechanical issues on it, just to make sure that everything is up to standards. And I've been working on the mechanical issues and fixed a bunch of stuff. But just recently, I've been having problems with my mixtures. I put a different carburetor on there. And the thing is, the mechanic I've talked to seems to think that it may not be the carburetor that's giving me a rich mixture, meaning too much gas and too little air, which is strange, because if you put an open pipe and an open filter, it should give you more air and less gas, so a lean mixture. But it turned into a rich mixture, which didn't make any sense whatsoever. So we've been looking and thinking that maybe it was the ignition somehow, or the stator. And I'm not exactly sure how that all works, but I guess I'll be learning pretty soon. Anyway, so I was riding to work, and there was snow on the ground. It was cold and everything, and the bike freaking dies on me, right? And I couldn't start it. And the thing is, with a Kickstarter like that, I mean, you get so tired. I was just like so tired. And then once I was completely wasted from trying to kick her, I had her push her home, and I was so pissed off. I have no idea why she died, and it's actually the second time she dies. First time she died, she just started running again after like 10 minutes. It's kind of like having a fight with your girlfriend or something, because I'm still pissed off at her, and I don't even want to talk to her. I haven't even tried to start her again. I've walked past her a couple of times, and and kicked her and yelled at her a bit, but that's it. So at this point, that's why I haven't made any build videos. I've been too pissed off at the fact, and that's why I'm riding the SR250, because I'm like, at least this bike rides and works, and there's nothing better than being able to trust a bike. So it's all good. Anyway, so consider yourself updated, and remember to subscribe and ride, and I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.